My name is Jack, and I'm a passionate angler and all-round fish fanatic. In this series of films, I'm trying to track down and catch 100 different species of fish in the British Isles as I fly, see and course fish for a range of weird species. This week I'm in Hampshire on one of its premier chalk streams in search of chub. How are we all doing? Well, today, we chuck some maggots in. I'm fishing on the lower Itchen fishery and my target is chub. So, make the first cast of the day. There's lots of different species in here. You can fly fish for trout, you can fish for grayling, and there are obviously lots of coarse fish. You've got things like roach and even barbel, but my target is chub. Now you might think, of all the places in the country that I could go for chub, why have I come to the River Itchen? Well, I was actually meant to be fishing, I'm in. I was actually meant to be fishing for pike today on a lake, fly fishing for pike, which, because of all the floods, as you can see, the river is a little bit high up. What is it? Is that a... Oh no, it's a grayling. It's a beautiful, absolutely beautiful grayling. Gorgeous. First cast and a grayling. Well, that's not a bad day, is it? As I was saying, just get this fish on hook nice and quick. Off you go, fella. I was meant to be fishing for pike, but we couldn't do that because of the floods. Couldn't get a refund on my hotel, so I had to come down here. I thought, well, what can I do? And I thought, I know. I'll fish for chub. So that's today's plan. Hopefully it doesn't end up being a grayling session. It's not very often I don't want to catch grayling, but today the mission is chub. If I can, I tend to prefer float fishing. It gives me something to do and covers plenty of water. I also try to keep fairly mobile, as I tend to find if the chub are around, you'll get them in the first cast or two. Keep the feed going in. With a day like today, with there being a bit of extra water on, I'm trying to find the slack water just out the main flow, because I think that's where a lot of the fish are going to be. It's also where the food's going to be collecting. So if you were a fish, you'd be sat in the slack water just waiting for the food to come to you. So I'm just fishing this crease on the edge of the river. It looks beautiful. I mean, for trotting, I'm in heaven. Oh, what's this? What is this? Oh, bloody hell. Oh, it came off, shit. I thought that was a trout. I think that was a nice grayling. Well, I'll take a big grayling today, that'll do. Yeah, maggots have been munched. And that is also one of my other concerns today, that it's actually getting through all the trout and grayling, to get through to the chub. It's not very often you say that, is it? You're getting nuisance big grayling when you want a chub, but we'll see. Let's have another go. We're in November now, so this morning there wasn't a frost, but there was definitely a bite in the air, starting to get a bit cooler. Autumn is just starting to loosen its grip a little bit. Oh fuck. That's me being poetic and not concentrating on fishing. Autumn's starting to loosen its grip a little bit, but you can just see some of those lovely yellow trees behind me. I'm not very good with tree ID, otherwise I'll tell you what species. Oh, fucking hell, Jack. Oh, God, right. Third time's the charm. I'm going to get you this time, whatever you are. It's going to be a little grayling. Oh, no, there's nothing. But of course, the point of today, even a small chub would count. Doesn't have to be a big chub. Size of my hand would do. Something is absolutely nailing that float, but it's not. What on earth is that? Oh, it's a minnow. It's a minnow. I do actually need a minnow for the species challenge, so I could count that. So possibly the smallest fish on the River Itchen, but this is a minnow. I did need a minnow, so you know what? I'm going to count that. That's one species down. Let's get it back. Minnows are fairly widespread in British rivers.
often being seen in huge shoals, and because of this, many species rely on them as prey, such as kingfishers, pike and perch. But if you ever get the chance to see them in the spring, the males have the most marvellous breeding colours to rival any other UK fish, in my own opinion.
I've moved upstream slightly to this gorgeous swim, and we've got some overhanging trees on the far bank, and that's creating a lovely crease, some deep slack water. So if I was a chub, this is where I would be. So I've just been chucking in bits of bread. I don't know if anyone else eats their bait. Probably not maggots, aren't a good idea, but I tend to get the best bread for fishing and eat the shit at home. So I've ate half the loaf before I've finished fishing. But just chucking a little bit of bread in, just to get the scent going, get them used to it. And I've switched to a feeder rod now. Going to fish hard on the bottom, open cage feeder, stuff it with some mashed bread. Let's get a chub. I'm feeling it. Let's do it. Let's get a nice lump of bread on the hook and crush that around the shank so it doesn't go anywhere. And then just get some bread and shove that in the feeder. Right. My drag is a bit loose. Oh. And I'm not gonna fish very far out. I'm just gonna underarm it to about there. Oh wow, that's a deep swim. That's a lot deeper than I thought. And I'm just gonna put that there and pray that the gods are kind to me and just watch the end of that rod tip. Feeder fishing, I don't do it very often, to be honest with you, but it's exciting because I always associate feeder fishing with bigger fish. Bigger hooks, bigger weights, bigger tackle. It's not to say you can't catch big fish on float gear, and I have still got the float rod set up. I'll definitely have a run through if we get a chub, but I'm just going to try this first. Oh, that was a bite. Go on, go on. Yes! That's a fish. Oh, Jesus Christ. What the fuck is this? Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. Oh my God, what the hell have I hooked here? Oh my God. Well, it's probably a trout, but that's very chub-like to go for cover. If it is a chub, it's a bloody big chub. Oh, come on. Just going to play this carefully. Oh, it's a deep swim. There are some big pike in here. I am a little bit worried because I was chatting to an angler upstream and he keeps having a 20-pound pike smash into his trout, which, again, ordinarily I wouldn't mind that. Oh, come on. Come on. What are you? It's a trout. It's a trout. Come on. Let's get you in the net. It's a very spirited little trout. Yes. There we go. Oh, that is a stunner. So that's probably a sea trout. Not many red spots on it. Beautiful, pristine fish. Lovely. Technically not a separate species. Sea trout are brown trout that just go to sea. But that is stunning. Absolutely stunning. Let's get you.
I'll be honest, I lost count of the amount of brown and sea trout I caught that day. They came in thick and fast, and there's not a lot you can do to stop them taking the bait, just a case of getting them back quickly. I did catch this stunner of a fish also, which I first thought was a salmon, but the eye matches up with the end of the mouth, which is a quick way to tell it's definitely a trout.
Was not expecting that. Let's have a look. Oh, wow, what a fish. What a fish. It's got teeth on there. Oh, that is an absolutely cracking sea trout. Just about developing the kype. Well coloured, not many red spots. Fantastic. We're going to get it back quick because it's out of season, but what an incredible fish.
I carried on fishing in a few spots, with a nice grayling putting in an appearance, but the chub just weren't having it. I did get a little tap on the rod though, and caught something a little bit special.
Well, it's not much bigger than that minnow I had earlier, but it is a beautiful little salmon par, which is great to see because it means they're breeding, and that's my first chalk stream salmon. A little bit smaller, but fantastic. Beautiful little fish. Get it back.
As lovely as the little par was to see, that was about it for the day's fishing.
Well, it doesn't always go to plan. A lot of these videos that I make might take 3 or 4 attempts to catch the species. You obviously only see the successful attempt. And today, unfortunately, the chub haven't played ball. Originally, I was meant to be fishing for pike. The weather kind of threw that out. Tried for chub as a bit of a gamble, didn't get chub. However, it has been a phenomenal autumnal day. I caught my first English salmon. I'm still not sure if I'm going to count that for the challenge. We've got to do a salmon fishing episode at some point. We've caught minnow, which technically I did need a minnow. So look, we have caught a new species in the video, and some of those grayling and sea trout were phenomenal. So it's not a bad day, is it really? And it's never bad when you're out on the bank.
Well, I can't add chub, but I can add minnow to my list. I have an episode later in the season where I'm a bit more successful. New episodes of the Species Hunt are out each Sunday at 5 PM, and next week's episode I'm fly fishing for pike with special guest Jeremy Wade. I have a range of merch out also, with A3 fish posters, playing cards and an ID book for sale via my website with a link in the description.
Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this vid, why not check out this other video right here? If you can, please subscribe to the channel, only takes a couple of seconds and it really helps me out. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.